think it's all over. This week's sports headlines. Britain crashed out of the Davis Cup tennis after Greg Rosetsky blamed his defeat on a blister. What an inspiration that must be for our Paralympics team. And Wayne Rooney made his first start for Man United this week amid fears that his layoff has caused a massive weight gain. With Ian and Rory is a broadcasting legend who presented ITV's World of Sport in the 70s until ITV axed the show, saying that there's no money in football or wrestling. Clown diving and speedway, that's the future. Dickie Davies. And with Phil and Jonathan is the greatest all-round sprinter ever, who was part of the BBC's commentary team in Athens. In fact, he still has such natural athletic ability, he popped out of the commentary box to grab a coffee and accidentally won a silver medal. Michael Johnson! We start the show with a football question. In Rory and Dickie, take a look at this. Here's twinkle-toed Belfast boy George Best weaving his magic as only he knew how. But the troubled genius has had a falling out recently with former Coronation Street and Hell's Kitchen star Amanda Barry. So, what has Bestie done to anger the soap legend, Ian's team?
Did they meet in a bar and Bestie started eyeing up her liver? I was out on the piss with Bestie and he was knocking about. I said, it's really bad for your liver. He said, I don't care, it's not mine. Did you know Bestie at all, George Best? Did you meet him?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I remember when he was on the wagon.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was a Thursday.
George, if you're watching, can I just say you were the best player Manchester United ever had, and you were the best player Northern Ireland ever had. And I'm saying that just to remind you what you did. She was on this Hell's Kitchen thing, wasn't she, Amanda Barry?
She punched Gordon Ramsay. She was the one who punched the
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, a bit useful too, apparently, because she's in line with Audrey Harrison next, apparently.
She might read me, no?
Yeah, she might.
I love you, orderly man, but come on, man. Fight someone who's going to give you a fight, man.
Did they?
You know, come on, bruv, you know?
It's something like a health club, isn't it? Amanda Barry bumped into George Best at a health club, and she said something like, George, you're a sexist pig, you treat women like objects.
No,
and Bestie said, Christ, it speaks!
I think I know this.
Go on then, Dickie.
She was at a health farm.
She was?
And in fact, she was by the side of the pool, at least topless, if not totally nude. And George was on the telephone, made a call, and she thought he was taking a photograph of her.
Mr. Dickie Davies gets 3 points for Ian Wright's team. Well done. According to an onlooker, the 68-year-old actress thought he was using a camera phone with a view to selling the semi-naked shots to the papers. It turned out that he was simply using his mobile phone to talk, and George, like the true gentleman he is, told her exactly what she could do with herself. In a twist to the famous story, it's claimed that later that day, a waiter went into George Best's room to deliver a bottle of cooking sherry and found him lying in a bed with Amanda Barry and 13 pence. The waiter said, "No, really, George, where did it all go wrong?" Phil, Jonathan and Michael, it's an athletics question for you. Here's Sean Crawford storming his way to gold and leading an American clean sweep in the 200 metres at the Athens Olympics. But prior to his victory, Crawford was best known in the States for racing a zebra and a giraffe on national television. Now, he beat the giraffe but lost to the zebra. So what was Sean Crawford's excuse for being beaten by a zebra, Phil's team?
I'm just wondering, because it's quite brutal. Have I ever been the subject of a question on this show? I'm
No.
hoping not.
No. We've always been nice about you, I think.
It was what made you run sort of like that when you used to go around the corner. I think Rossi said he had something stuck up your backside at the time.
No. I've got one leg shorter than the other.
And does that help?
Wrong leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many records do you hold now, currently?
4.
4 world records. Unbelievable. Don't go getting big-headed, though. I'll tell you for why. Around you now, we hold 9 records amongst us, all criminal, and 7 are his.
Impressive.
Yeah, now the 400 metres is one of yours, isn't it?
400 metres, right?
200 metres?
200 metres.
100 metres?
No.
No, man.
What's how many other metres? 50?
4 by 400.
4 by 400. So that's the longest one you won, the 400 metres?
Yes.
See, that's not bad, but, you know, you look at Kelly, 800s, 1500s, they're proper races. You're just lazy, aren't you? Really? Seriously?
You said 4. That was the 4 by 100, the 200.
400 outdoors, 400 indoors.
Oh, indoors.
Yeah. See, I forgot one.
Yeah. So many, you can afford to leave one. It's like me in GCSEs. You can just ignore one, he'll still get it.
I'd have thought if you had the outdoor, you wouldn't count the indoor, would you? You know,
Well, I didn't at first. That's why I was only 3.
got
But
you, I'm
I
with you.
get
I'm
to know
not
when I
arguing
got
with you.
among such illustrious company, I better call them every
Yeah, what was the thing with the shoes, man? The gold boots. Was that your idea? Come on, tell me, man.
No, that was my idea. That was my idea. I worked with Nike on this shoe for an entire year, and it was all about the technology behind the shoe and everything. And then in the end, they said, "What color do you want the shoes to be?" And I said, "I want them to be gold." So.
Am I right in thinking you had a bronze pair and a silver pair in your bag just in case?
When you said you worked with Nike on the shoe for a year, were you actually in Indonesia with the little sewing machine? I don't know how it works.
Is he allowed to mention Nike? It's a BBC programme. If he is, can I mention Tex Kebab Wagon, Newnham Road,
We did have a question.
He was racing a zebra and a giraffe.
Correct.
And,
It's not one of your dreams, Phil?
no, that's what I was thinking.
It was a ridiculous show. They had some midgets pulling an airplane, like midgets versus the airplane.
That'd be pretty cool.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
They had Man versus Beast, and then they had them on another show. It was a Fox deal.
That was all
you know,
sportsmen
so it was-
against animals. I saw David Beckham getting beaten by a horse at Spelling. That was that show. Has it occurred to no one else that the concept of man versus animal reminds them of the marvellous fables of Aesop?
Of course.
Who often used the comparison between animal and mankind to make his points about our many, many foibles in his many, many fables. And I'm reminded of perhaps his most famous, which I do believe to be pertinent at the moment, more so than ever before, that of the tortoise and the Radcliffe. I don't know if you're familiar. I think an important lesson can be learned there. The Radcliffe was the fastest animal in the wild and got so confident, thought no animal could possibly take it, and when challenged by some tortoises, raced ahead, took the lead boldly, was so confident, she sat down, the lazy cow.
Come on.
Sean Crawford.
You weren't a big mate of his, though, really, were you?
No, I mean, he's all right. The guy's a little bit of an idiot. I mean, he's run with a...
I don't believe you. I think you don't like him.
You think a lot of things, and we've heard quite a few of them. No, Sean's a bit of an idiot.
He's a character.
He's a character, an idiot. You say character,
Yeah.
I say idiot.
I'm saving you.
Michael, over here we tend not to be rude about professional sport. I think to pick on a fellow professional in that way, it's dirty.
The answer to this question, he did get beaten by the by the zebra, as we say.
I beg your
Well,
pardon.
you're wrong.
Zebra.
It's a zebra.
So no, he came up with a quite clever answer. He said that the zebra false started.
Is the correct answer for 3 points. Well done, Michael. Yeah, in fact, Crawford had a perfectly good excuse and accused the animal of cheating, claiming he only lost the race because the zebra had false started. Despite being in a class of his own, Michael Johnson would never showboat after beating his opponents. He simply won the race, showered, changed, signed some autographs, sat in the stands with a pie and watched the British lads finish. OK, and at the end of all that, Phil's team has 3 points and Ian's team has 3 points. Quite long. That's all right. OK, time now for the teams To work for a few points as we play the physical challenge this week in honour of our sailing Olympians, we have a coffee grinder winch that they use on yachts. So if you'd like to bring it on, please. Now, as always, boys, the harder you work, the quicker the clues come up.
Nick,
Yes, yeah.
right, for 4 weeks now, I've been suffering on this show. I've got a mild tendinitis, which you know about,
I do.
Now, there's been compensatory pain up my right leg, going right up into the groin socket here. Now, my lumbar region is afire. And I have a note here that I've just written from my mother to you, saying I don't have to do that, and I'm going to ask Michael to step in for me. Michael, is there a deal? Would you mind? Because Michael's going to... And it's not cheating in any way, because we're about as strong as each other.
I particularly like the fact you've written in here, please allow JonJon to rest during the...
That's my family's name for me.
OK, Ian's team first.
I'm just getting a note from my mother. Hang on.
Time starts now.
Go, Wright.
I think you'll beat that time, Michael.
Big Daddy! Big Daddy!
Big Daddy is correct.
Oh, Big Daddy, yes.
Big Daddy!
Big Daddy, who said that one?
Rio Ferdinand!
Ferdinand.
Rio! Oi!
Sven. Sven, you're Barry Davis.
Brian Moore!
Brian Moore, I'll do
Moore
this
is
and
correct.
answer the question.
You can reset it right in. Brian Moore, yes. You can reset it for him.
What is it? Brian Moore. Frank Moore.
Correct. Frank Moore.
That is suspenders on.
Pick a rock, pick a rock, pick a rock.
There's Starship Enterprise.
Quicker!
It's the Starship Enterprise. Jeff Boycott.
Correct. Well done, Jeff
Not the
Boycott.
Starship Enterprise.
Go on, Rory, go! Go on, Rory!
Hey.
Steve Bruce!
Steve Bruce is correct. Well done, Steve Bruce. Yeah, this is really struggling. Reset it. Phil, the cat. Let's go.
Go on, Phil.
Go on, Phil. Roger Black, correct, yes.
Go on, Phil, you can do it. Hit the reset. Come on, Phil. Reset.
Jesus
That's it.
Oh, the tennis player!
Serena
What's her
Williams.
name?
Williams is correct, yes.
Go on, Phil.
I can see you.
Put some back into it. You lazy
Reset
son.
it.
Go on.
Daryl Campbell!
Phil, reset. Reset.
Daryl Campbell!
Reset. Phil. Come on, Michael. Show us how it's done, mate. Michael Johnson, come on. Who's that?
Ashes, correct, the Ashes, yes.
Go on, Jono!
Go on, Michael. Reset. Yeah, go on.
Oh, the lady one! Jones!
Yes, correct,
Jones.
Mary Jones, yes, correct.
Go, Mick!
Yeah, they're making it
that?
work.
That's some hard
Is
work.
that
Hold on,
Hendrick?
Paula Radcliffe is correct, yes, keep going. Don't give up now.
I never thought I'd be sitting next to Michael Johnson, as knackered as he is. It's fantastic.
Very, very,
I am
very, very.
exhausted.
And so at the end of that round, Phil's team has 10 points and Ian's team has 10 points.
Well done. Good man. Well done. Great work. That's well, thank you for saving my time. Well, it's exciting.
OK, round 3 is the photo for Ian's team. This one's yours.
Whoa, what a face that is, baby.
Right, tell me, did Ian Botham and Tommy Cooper ever have a love child?
It could be Kirsty Gallagher with a chocolate finger.
That'll get you complaints, mate.
You know, last week I had some complaints because I mentioned the bananas and being thrown them to
Millwall,
eat.
yeah.
And a guy stopped me and he said, right, you know, what are you doing? What's all that about? Throwing, like, bananas for you to something to eat.
Was he a Millwall fan?
Yeah. I said, well, what? It's only jokes, mate. He said, you ungrateful bastard. What about the monkey nuts? And then he turned his siren off. He turned his siren on.
But have you ever made any sort of big, embarrassing verbal gaffes in all your years on television?
There's one, at the end of the show on a Saturday afternoon, there was an embargo on the matches that could be seen on the big match on a Sunday afternoon. And at 5 o'clock, as we came off there, I had to give those matches so that people knew what they were going to watch. And on this Saturday, it was cup soccer. And I said, well, that's the end of the programme. Before I go, let me tell you about the cup soccer that you can see on ITV. And I must say, at that point, I got a real mouthful in the ear, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
This is why they took you off the air then, because I believe the next thing on was a stunt kite display, wasn't it?
Did you go to any of them parties with old Frank?
No, I was always working on a Saturday afternoon. And I'll tell you one thing, we had one thing in common, Boffy and I. We both did it on a Saturday afternoon. And we both kept it up for 4.5 hours. I think that's how Grandstand got its name. I'm not sure.
Come on, let's have a little go at the other.
Okay, the bottom bit's easy. That's Claire Balding, isn't it?
It's got to be Clark, isn't it? Darren Clark.
Colonel Gaddafi, Matthew Pinsent, and
Darren Clark.
OK, let's spin it up and see if you're right. We'll have a look. That was the hat and hair of would-be Crystal Palace owner Colonel Gaddafi, the rosy apple cheeks of posh oarsman Matthew Pinsent, and the cigar-chomping mouth of Ryder Cup hero Darren Clark.
You got that right. Oh, yeah, baby.
Darren Clark is currently playing the best golf of his career and was one of Europe's Ryder Cup heroes, along with Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods and the rest of the American Dream Team. Matthew Pinsent has the biggest lung capacity in sport. In fact, he was recently invited to West Ham to blow out the candles on Teddy Sheringham's birthday cake. Phil's team, this one's for you. Who do we think we've got in there?
Hey, ho!
Michael Jackson.
Is it Nancy Delolio as only Sven sees her in the morning?
Definitely a Brit.
Just imagine...
Why do you think he's British, Michael?
Is it the sad baggy eye?
Trust me, it's definitely a Brit.
You're looking at the teeth, aren't you, Michael?
You're right, but I didn't say that.
You can't mistake those eyes, they're Harry Redknapp's.
Well, we'll see.
That's Flojo's hair.
That's Bob Marley.
Because that's the picture from the '88 Olympics.
Eyes Harry Redknapp, Barnet Flojo.
Flojo.
Chin.
I know the chin.
It's not your go. It's the tooth there. It's the one thing. He's the Conservative MP for East Finchley.
Giles Brandreth.
No, it's Seb Coe.
OK, let's have a look, see if you're right. We saw the go-faster hair of Flojo, Florence Griffith Joyner, the bloodhound features of Portsmouth boss Harry Redknapp, and the vote-for-us mouth of London Olympic bid chairman Sebastian Coe. Seb Coe is leading Britain's bid to host the 2012 Olympics. The IOC insists that no decision has been made as to where the Games will be held, even though they've already started production of the mascot, Francois Fromage, the beret-wearing Eiffel Tower-shaped cheese. Harry Redknapp lives in an exclusive South Coast resort, which, according to Lloyd's, is the 4th most expensive patch of property in the world. The only people who can afford to live there are rock stars, entertainment giants, and anyone who's ever been married to Ray Parlour. Harry Redknapp's well known for his colourful phrases such as fair play to the lad, he's got a lot of previous, and the one he uses most often, sorry Louise, I thought I'd left my mobile in your knicker drawer. And at the end of that round, Phil's team has 13 points and Ian's team has 13 points. Blindfolds time now as we play Phil the Sportsman. Ian and Rory, you're up first. If you'd like to take your positions, take your blindfolds with you. You will be given a suitable amount of time to try and identify who it is that's come between you. You haven't told the nice ladies and gentlemen why you're wearing your green top, have you?
This is my tribute to the one and only Brian Clough. One of the greatest manager who never managed England.
Blindfolds on. OK, can we have our first mystery guest, please? OK, your time starts now.
What's that?
I can hear some very funny noise going on here. Is this extreme fishing?
Hey,
I'm gonna hit
A woman?
Oh, it could be...
Hold on, Ian.
One sec, man.
Hey, Ian.
Wait a minute, man.
Is it women? Is it women?
I got a woman. I got a woman.
I've got a woman. Oh, hello. I think
It's a woman, man. Hey.
It's a Greek woman I've got.
How you doing, man? You okay?
Oh, hello. What's this? What's this?
Nice one. I'm really cool.
It's holding
man.
a banjo.
You like my hat?
Oh, that's another. Is it George Foreman? Have you got a woman
Nice to
Ian?
meet you. Yeah.
Where are you? Where is she?
Yeah, is there someone else? Come to me. Where's...
Is it just
You're not a woman.
Okay, time's running out.
Are you holding something?
Oh, silver medalist, Olympic.
Yes, Nathan Robertson and Gail Evans. Well done, Nathan Robertson and Gail Evans. Okay, Phil and Jonathan, your turn, please. You got to take your positions. Okay, you ready? Okay, can we have our second mystery guest, please?
Oh, good reaction.
Okay, and your time starts now.
That's amazing.
Rossi, what you got,
That
son?
didn't sound very tempting.
Oi.
She's lovely.
Oh. Oh. You got a good crowd reaction. Oh,
It's a man.
I've got a break. No wonder I didn't get my newspaper this morning.
Is it the 400?
Listen.
Like you get a
I'll
newspaper.
It's a wheel up in the air.
Is it unicycle? They don't have brakes on a unicycle, do they?
Is it
It's the downhill unicycle champion.
the canal fishing champion?
I'm not going to get me out. That's down
A
there.
lovely joke.
I like that joke.
Yeah.
It's I think I've got the undercarriage of Steve Austin, the $6 million man, haven't I? It's the
Undercourage.
the undercarriage.
Undercarriage.
It's a man with a bike.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, son. Hope you got lights on that, mate.
It's Steve McQueen from The Great Escape. He's going over the barbed wire.
Time's running out.
Is it
It's a BMX.
It's a BMX
It
trick
is.
cycle.
It is our
freestyling.
BMX world record holder, Sam Folks.
Yeah, man.
Well done, Sam.
Way to go, Sammy! Way to go, Sammy! What about those tricks, man? That was brilliant.
Okay, so at the end of that round, Ian's team's got 16 points and Phil's team's got 16 points.
This is going to be it. This is further.
This is tight. We end with the name game. The team in the lead goes
Come
first,
on,
which
Ian.
is neither team. So we're going to do it alphabetically. Dickie, pass those along to Rory.
I will.
As many names as you can in the allotted time. And your time starts
Hang on, Nick. What's up with you?
now.
West Brom manager.
Gary Megson.
This squash legend. His first name was
Yat Khan.
inside a whale, but not Vanessa Felt's husband.
Jonathan.
Oh, brilliant, Jonathan.
Horse racing frontman. If someone comes up to your Camden Town tube and says, excuse me, pal, have you got a price of a cup of tea? He would be a...
Tramp.
No, but where's he from? He would be
Scottish.
a horse racing man, a...
Oh, Winnie Carson.
No. Someone from Scotland is called a...
I don't
very
know.
short
A
word.
jock.
A
sweaty.
Think of Scotland without the land on the end.
Scott.
Scott, yeah, racing man. ITV racing.
Brad Scott.
That's right,
Scott.
indeed. Formula One driver. First name.
Michael Schumacher.
Dutch painter. First name. Painted the Adoration of the May in King's College Chapel, Cambridge. You know.
Lost me.
It's part of his second name. Second part of his second name. An instrument you put between your legs and.
Cello.
Think of
Rubens Barrichello.
There's a Leicester rugby player. Christian name the same as Jonathan's surname.
Ross.
Thing on the end of his leg
His foot.
is wide, or
Wider foot.
yeah. Broad. Yeah, broad.
Chris Broad.
Fellow presenter, dresses up women's clothes, take drugs, you know.
Frank Boff.
Flamboyant 70s footballer, QPR, mullet.
Stan Bowles.
No. He's a
Rodney
pundit.
Marsh.
Rodney Marsh, yeah. Retired this week, commentator.
Barry
Davies.
Davies.
Wrestler in the 70s.
Shit. Big Daddy.
9. 9 points for another
Gotta beat
title,
9.
Michael.
Okay.
Come on.
Time starts now.
OK, she's our biggest winning Paralympic person.
Channy Gray
Thompson, well done. Her first name is Sundance Kid, used to hang out with this bloke Cassidy.
Butch.
Second name is same name as Debbie. It's also is an American runner.
Butch Reynolds.
Butch Reynolds,
Oh,
well done you.
You should have known.
All right.
I did.
OK, first name is, remember Ridgely, who was with George Michael in Wham?
Rigsby?
No, Ridgely. What was his name in Wham? It was George Michael and...
Oh, Andrew Ridgely.
Andrew's second name is Johann. First
Cruyff.
name. No, composer, famous for his marvellous tone poems.
Johann Strauss.
Yeah! OK.
Whoa!
First name, same. This is a British sprinter. First name, same as Brando, who just died.
Marlon.
Second name, if you were near...
Well done.
Come on, come on.
OK, this bloke, he likes a chocolate finger, doesn't care where he puts
Stanley
it.
Cullimore.
There you go. Same as your first name.
Flip.
Same as your second first name. Your second last name.
Clive.
No, your last name. What's your last name? Your last name.
What's your last name?
Last name.
What's your last name?
Yeah, your last name. I can't believe that was the one we had a problem with. All right, who's the spiritual leader of the Rastafarians? His name is...
Haile Selassie.
Not Haile Selassie. You're close. Haley, but this is a 10,000 metre run.
Rastafari.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Let's go for
Haile
that.
Selassie.
All
Who's Haile
right,
Selassie?
shut up. All right, you know the little boy who wouldn't grow up?
Tom Thumb.
Well, yes, but no. You know it. You know Neverland. Pan. First name Peter. Second name. It's a horse. It's not a Mustang. It's a wild horse.
It's a mule.
It's not a mule.
It's an arse.
It's the same as It's like
a mango.
No, shut up. It's like a Colt. It's like a gun.
Oh no, Colt 44.
Yeah, Colt. We had that.
We had Colt.
Well done.
At the end of all that,
I'm not with Ross. I'm just joking.
Phil's team has 23 points, but the winner is Ian's team with 24. Just think how different it might have been if Phil Tufnell had only known his own name. That's how close it is at this level of sport.
Nick, before you finish, I've got to say, yes, we could have won. Most weeks, we could win. This week, we decided it would be useful as a life lesson for Michael to see what it's like not to be in the league.
Should we say thank you? So, thanks to Ian, Rory and Dickie, Phil, Jonathan and Michael. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
For more of Jonathan's banter, check out his show on BBC Radio 2 this Saturday morning from 10 a.m. And they think it's all over is back in a couple of weeks' time at a new time. Right, pay attention, it's Monday the 18th at 10:35. Still here though, BBC One.